how are you all? Today I'm going to talk about something that I've been putting off talking about for a while, subconsciously, consciously, I'm not quite sure, and I don't want to make a disclaimer, but I'm going to make a disclaimer anyway. I really don't want this YouTube channel to be purely my mental health, and I really don't want to come across depressed or not happy with my life. Ella is perfectly happy with her life. Brain struggles sometimes. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video because it's something I've been thinking about doing for a long time, just to help kind of explain some of my more mental health based videos. But it's something I've been putting off for a long time because, to be honest, I'm quite scared to make this video. I'm going to talk to you about what I'm actually diagnosed with in terms of my mental health. So I'm going to talk to you about what I'm actually diagnosed with. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety when I was 18, but wasn't aware of this diagnosis until nearly a year later. Not the best situation. Sometimes that happens with mental health. Either you're not aware because so much is going on around you, or that it's just written on your records and your documents, and that information is never actually fed back to you that has been an official diagnosis. And that's something that happened with me. So yeah, that was my diagnosis when I was 18, but if I'm being totally honest, my mental health was going on a long time before that. A psychologist made an estimate of 12 years old the other day, which was a nice little piece of information. And then January last year, so just over a year ago now, I was diagnosed with PTSD. I'm not going to tell you why, because I'm just not ready for that right now. But yeah, I was diagnosed with PTSD. And then in May last year, I was initially, and then that was confirmed in the June, I was diagnosed with something else. And this is the main reason why I haven't made this video, because this last one is the thing that there's an awful lot of stigma around. It's the thing that people hear and their opinion of you changes. Mental health is becoming so much more widely spoken about, and that is amazing. And to be honest, I'm not saying it's 100%, but I'm saying depression and anxiety are accepted a whole lot more in our society right now, especially on the online community. But the next thing isn't so much. So I was also diagnosed with something called EUPD, which stands for Emotionally Unstable Personality Disorder. Yeah, that was a big, scary one. And initially, I was really like, what is going on? I knew there was stuff wrong with my brain, but I didn't think I was like an awful person deep down. I didn't think my personality itself was broken. And so that hit me really hard. Yeah. And I think the secondary problem with that, diagnosis was, I was told that, and then I was basically dropped off for a month, not knowing what was wrong with me. And then I saw someone else where it was officially diagnosed, and again, I just kind of got dropped, and no one sat down and talked to me about what that actually meant. And when you do research on the condition, there's an awful lot of slander and awful things on the internet about it. Not everything is awful. There are some really great websites and stuff as well, but unfortunately, I came across a forum room quite early on, which was designed for people whose exes had EUPD, or it also is known in different countries and sometimes in the UK as well. The UK, it's sort of like, it depends who diagnoses you with what it will be classed as BPD, which stands for Borderline Personality Disorder. And yeah, there was this whole forum set up for people who had ex-partners who had this condition, and it just would talk about all the horrible things they were doing. And I think at that point I kind of like condemned my whole life, that I was always going to be perceived as an awful, horrible person because of this condition. And that was probably really, really hard. Yeah, there's some really awful stereotypes of it, and I'm not saying that there aren't parts of that in people with EUPD, but it's not everything, and that is something that I really want to stress. I live a fairly normal life with the exception of my mental health. Like, that has an impact on my day-to-day life, but it doesn't stop me doing stuff. I'm at college full time, I'm still working part-time, I drive a car, I used to hold down a full-time job before I went back to college. Nothing, I don't let it hold me back, and that is a minority, I'm not going to lie to you. I think a recent statistic suggested that only 35% of people with this condition work full time, and then I think it was only like another 15% work at all, and it's nearly 50% that don't work. And there's been, and I'm not, and it's like yeah, but that hasn't stopped me, and I haven't had proper treatment for this condition, and it's still very much big in my life, but I have really developed coping mechanisms that work for me, and I have an amazing family network, I have an amazing church that support me, and it's just, yeah, I want you guys to ask questions if you've got any. I can't answer them all, and this is just my personal experience, and I'm not going to say that I'm fixed and I'm perfect. That's all I'm really prepared to make the video today. That's all I can really talk about without the tears. So, we'll see you all soon. Bye.